Okay, so here we are doing part two. This is part two of the Technic 42212 concrete mixing truck, which I'm well aware that I am channeling my inner 6-year-old by doing this, but I thought it was a cool kit, so here we go. I'm assuming people have probably seen number one, and this week's video is sponsored by having some decent lighting. Having some decent lighting, it means that you can actually see what you're doing. Actually, speaking of which, it's actually, currently I am recording this in a conservatory when it is dark. Apologies about the echo, but it was probably the biggest place I could find which was available where I am right now. And yeah, we've then got 1, 2, 3 studio lights. Oh, well, pretty small studio lights, but for this kind of work, it's actually really good. So there's a little bit of glare, but never mind. Anyway, so we're now on to part number two. So I'm just going to have to open out all the bits. The intention is to get this done this evening, so I've got a model with some wheels on it, so that tomorrow I can, it's going to at least be sufficiently stable for me to be able to move it. So next set of videos is going to be on a different table back at home, and yeah, let's see how this goes. Check, yep, working, yep, and actually other than a little bit of shadow if I'm doing that, this actually works really well. So make sure I've got them the right way round, and let's get cracking. So for this one, I must admit I am sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to move that. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the mic I'm using, so I'll just move that down a little bit just so it doesn't fuzz on my beard, which you may have heard a little bit. Apologies about that. And yeah, let's just get going with it as quickly as we can. So let's grab all the bits out that we need. Yes, I think this one might be a little less interesting than some of the others. It's like, a little bit of a time frame, so maybe less entertaining commentary than I would do normally. Apologies about that, but needs must. I need to get all this done. So I think so just as a recap of what we did last time, we've got the full drivetrain and steering system. So if I move 2 sets of wheels at the same time, you'll see the engine does pop, which is quite nice. And then you'll see you've got slip diff on both sets of wheels. And then you do have 2 sets of steering wheels as well. I'm actually curious now what model of truck this is based on, or what cement mixer is based on. It just said cement mixer, but I'm curious if it's based on a particular design or whether it's just, you know, a cement mixer, which is not clear. Come on. Sorry, trying to get these bits together. So yeah, nearly at the end of my holiday, which has actually been great. Getting 2 weeks off has been fantastic. I mean, there have been a few things that have caused trouble. Well, mainly just me getting old. I've already complained about my back once today in this, so I'm not going to do that again. But yeah, other than me getting old, it's actually been a really good holiday. I hadn't realised quite how drained I'd got. So this is your reminder that if you're one of those people who needs to get things sorted, you also need to have some holiday at some point. You really, really do. I've made that mistake and got myself massively drained. And yeah, generally just more focused and withered after time away. But Yeah, most of that spent in South Wales, which is lovely. I think there's a degree with Wales where you need to manage your expectations. You'll know, you, you know what to get on a Welsh holiday, I suppose. Yeah, part of that being just you're going to get dramatic rather than pleasant weather, if that makes sense. It was lovely, it really was, but this is the kind of thing where it's like the occasional thunderstorm is going to happen. And you just need to be aware of that. Luke Hogg. Right, so, I see this. I missed something. This, I think, is going to be the rotary mechanism, the start of the rotary mechanism for the yes, okay, so that's a locking mechanism for this, and that's going to be the start of the mechanism for the what do you call it? The tank, I suppose. Make sure that it's 100% clear where goes where. Yep, that's actually kind of nice because you've got such a big piece to do those close-ups. And what's the next bit? Apologies, just give me a second to work out what the hell I'm looking for. 1 times black. There we go. Sorry, only one of those in the pack. So let's assemble that. And yeah, well, I suppose the difference almost feels like the difference between, well, with Technic, with the old ones, it was much more sort of like skeletal was the main thing they were going for, whereas with these ones, it feels that the bit that differentiates a normal Lego from this kind of thing is drive shafts. Yeah, some of the earlier Lego Technic stuff was just skeletal for skeletal's sake, whereas this is, I mean, you'll see this when it's complete. It's not, it is actually quite fleshed out, but it is more of a wireframe than the standard Lego models. I mean, at some point I do intend to get the Lego, I think they do a VW camper van. I do intend to get that at some point. Lego camper van, Lego typewriter. Yeah, all the adult stuff looks fun. Okay, so punch that in like that. There we go. Okay. To rotate the whole thing. I do like that they've actually got the rotate symbol just to remind you what you're supposed to be doing, but let's see where you're going to go in there. Let's make sure. And you'll see that these little round bits are very much what holds all this together. It's a lot less sort of brick on brick. It's much more held together with joints and these little doodly doos. And yeah, and it's sort of putting things in and clamping them together. It does have the disadvantage that these Lego models will stay together, but getting them apart, I do have a tool, but I think I'd probably need a pair of pliers to get some of these apart. Right, so it wants it down. Okay, so it wants it down that direction. I'm assuming that's so I can do stuff around it. And then, God, even at this size, some of these designs are a little hard to get your eyes around. that, okay, so I know this from the older models, that, doesn't matter, not really, that is going to be a switch. So that's probably going to be for controlling something down here. Yeah, there is a degree of wanting the controllers to at least be roughly in scale with how they would look if the model was real. I mean, no, it's not real, but you know what I mean. So that, yeah, so that is part of these kind of mechanisms. So, okay. I see, so the switch is at the side. I think that might be basically be a lock or a manual rotate control. Come on, let's get this in. Sorry, sometimes once you do 3 of these at once, it can be. There we go. Right. So that's neutral, one way, or I don't know what those do yet. No idea yet. Well, I know what it'll do roughly, but I don't know what the gearing's function is. So looks like the next bit's going to be the actual bit that sits on top of this to do, well, another piece of gearing. I'm not sure what yet, but it's going to be part of the rotational mechanism. I sometimes feel a little bit like I'm missing something with these. It's like, oh yeah, it's fine, I'm learning, am I? No, really, I'm just sort of following the instructions, which I must admit, there is a degree of just being happy following instructions and not having to think and just sort of doing this. And I mean, that's kind of why I'm doing these podcasts, or these videos, is that I can just, well, congratulations guys, you are part of my daily free association and just talking as doing. I have done these as, well, some of you may have even been on these previously. I have done these as Zoom calls, but yeah, it's just nice to be able to just produce this and see what people think. I must actually sit down and watch some of this, like the proper Lego-y people, because I've seen Wib do these, but he does, you know. But I don't know what the intent. I don't know what sort of like your proper hardcore Lego guys do. Like, do they talk over the top of things like this, or are they very much focused on the model? Right. And it wants a specialist piece somewhere. I haven't seen before and haven't seen yet, but I will find it. There we go. So, brockety thing. Okay, so that locks in. Okay, fine. Don't know what that does yet, but we'll find out soon enough. Again, this massively useful. The old ones used to just say, "Oh, get another piece and count against it." But what if you run out of pieces? It is useful being able to have this. Right. Well, at the end of today's one, so we've done 2. Just to break the magic of YouTube, we've done 2 today. At the end of this, I want it to have wheels. That was the main objective. Once it has wheels, it's easy to put it's easy to put away in the for transport, because it will actually hold together a little bit better. Let's see. Yeah, so that's. Yeah, so that's going to be the base of the mechanism by the looks of it. Right, here here we go. I think that's about right now. So he goes in about... yes, so it has given me a guide for that, so that goes under there. And then those... lock together, okay. Well, at least this hasn't got the nightmarishness of the... the old Land Rover one did have this nightmare piece, which was essentially you had two gearboxes for the four-wheel drive system, and you essentially had to sort of cram them together at one point. There was even a Q code in the instructions that sent you to a video of how you jammed these pieces together, because you had to sort of tension the Lego to get it out of the way of itself, which was most unnerving. But anyway, I think those are... There we go. So nice and simple with these. I mean, that'd be interesting with one of these to do a speed build, but no, not with my idiot fingers. I would genuinely struggle. You never know, I might be able to, but unlikely. So, wants these to go in here, and is that right? Yes. Yes, so just making 100% sure I'm not stressing it in any way. Yep. There we go. There we go. So again, getting a bit more structurally sound. Oh, so it wants that on one side. I'm assuming that's because we need to build some other bits around it first. Like, that looks like part of the rotation bit, so that's using this monstrosity. Anyway. Okay. All right. Here we go. So, got that set up. I just need to put these together. I think these are color coordinated to give you a better idea of how they operate, because most of them are hidden away. I mean that sounds obvious, but it's nice that they started doing that rather than just being a sea of grey bits. Because I've got a lot of the 90s stuff I got is just the same. These are different things, all different kinds of grey, all the same. Whereas actually having them color coded by part is nice, so long as it's not on the exterior sides of it. So the grey stuff seems to be more either just directly structural or more based around this. Anyway, so that's interesting. And yep, I don't know if I got. They seem like they should. So I think those are actually designed to rotate. And made a mistake. Yes, I have. Apologies about that. That should have been one down from there. So it should have been. Yep. That's better. There we go. So now that'll lock into position correctly. If I not sure I put an extra in there. Let me just make sure for my insanity. Yeah, there we go. So now that'll rotate, but it's going to be with friction. Okay, fine. And then two more pieces. How's this? Let's dig out of it. There's a lovely, just as I'm doing this, reminder of, during my way through the Terry Pratchett audiobooks, and just one from The Fifth Elephants that made me laugh was the comment that the people of Uberwald would see an Ankh-Morpork, what's the word? Sausage as being some kind of loaf, which definitely written by an Englishman who is aware of continental sausages, because that is probably how the average German sees them, sees what we make. But there's a lot of truth in his stuff, and I know some of it is just him rolling his eyes at various concepts, like he brings a lot of quantum physics stuff, mostly just to poke fun at it. But my God, you could do a whole gender studies section on the what? Oh, okay, I see. So, right. That goes in there. And then he locks in there. And he locks in. Great. So we've now got it into a base position. I don't want to try and rotate that yet because it is nowhere near stable enough to do so. In fact, I'm It's not. Ah, there we go. Sorry, that should not have been that stiff. Okay, that's much better. I mean, I was like, that's a lot of torque to put on these poor little Lego bits. Then we just need to put these in, so. And then just copy the same, so. In. Come on. That's fine. Let's just get them all the way down there. And then, yep, again, lock these into position. Come on. There we go. So, let's see, what's next? Okay. A lot of conversions from cross to circular pieces, but it's just the way things go, I suppose. It's not like I can do anything about it. It's like, oh no, Mr. Lego, you used too many of... Well, I bought the damn thing, so I've got to run by its rules. I know I don't, but what I mean is if I want to make what it suggested. How does that go? Ah, okay, so that's... Right, okay. I think if I was ever to take this apart, I'd have to do it in reverse through the manual. I think that's really the only way I could do it, because when you drop this thing, it's just going to, at this point, even now, it's going to bounce. It's not going to break. And it is nowhere near complete yet. Let's see, so... Wait, what does it want me to do? It wants me to... Oh, I see, right, it wants... So it's, again, asking me to push things through. So one there, and that's part... It does require a little bit of... that's not... it's not comfortable. I mean, you can see the cross, so I've had to force that. I mean, it's fine, but I feel like there should be a tool for that. I don't know, approved Lego pliers or something. I'm still on camera, yep. Right. Okay, so just one this time. And once it's there. Okay, and then again, a lot of locking pins, but it does keep everything together. that's... Come on. Ah, there we go. Just got that one in. That one in. And I'm assuming it'll want me to repeat... Not ask me to repeat similar yet, but I suppose we've got to get it all... And repeat the same on the other side. Yeah, these, I mean, what is this, 10 plus? So that's a question actually. Do they, with these kind of models, do they base the solidness of it on the age group? So does that mean that the ones for adults can be more delicate? Because this one's rated 10 plus. So does that mean that it's more robust than my Land Rover, or is it less? I mean, I don't know. Does robustness equal complexity? I don't know. I know Lego models can pop, but I mean, something like the old Lego pirate ship or something, you drop that and it'll just, well, not shatter, but the pieces will just, what's the phrase, explosively deconstruct, whereas with this, if it came apart, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually damaged it. Right, again, with these pieces, make sure you do have them the right way up, because I have had that problem before. If you were watching the last video, I did have to strip one down, which was an annoyance, if nothing else. Here we go. There's an idea. Lego Builders Club, like a book club, but you have to buy a Lego model and build it, and then talk about it. I don't think that's a good idea, but the idea does amuse me, so you heard it here first. If you ever see, well, Lego clubs, as I'm aware of them, are much more about the creative side of it, which I'm not sure I've got the creative flair for that, but I might. I'll say one thing for Lego. There is a degree of, if you can't find a piece, you know it's not missing, because they don't miss pieces, and they get all so fussy if they do. You're just being an idiot. So I suppose there is a degree of that over other brands. You know that it's just a case of, you stupid. Okay, so that's on. Yeah, I should go grab that in a second. That is actually, I just looked, and that is one piece which I can't just duplicate. Come on. On. Right. Not sure what this is going to be yet. I think it did show me the diagram. It's going to be something to do with the drive mechanism. I don't know what yet. And actually there's one thing as well I need to check with this, because I am early in my YouTube career, so I'm working my way through. Aha, yeah, that's the kind of thing of making sure you get the right way around. Is that bit definitely should have been on that side. So I'm hoping that this doesn't rustle, that the mic isn't rustling too much against my clothing. I don't think it is. So there we go. Just a little bit at the end. Yep, and that's how that locks in. Sorry, I'm just getting my head around that diagram because it's... come on, get in there. That one. There we go. I think that's... yeah, there we go. So that's that locked in place. Come on. There we go. Oh, I just realised it did give me a mirror image there as well. But never mind. And I'll just be putting on the... I mean, just to give you... that gives you an idea of the width of this damn model. Because this is the rear bumper. I have no idea, no Scooby, where I'm going to put this, but I'll work something out. Come on. And somewhere there's a number plate piece. There we go. So our first sticker. Oh, I see. So there's the so it'll have the stickers. Will have the controls on it. That's nice. There we go. So we'll pop him on there, and then now where have they got little tail light bits? Okay, so indicator, brake lights, fog light, I think. Let's see, indicator, brake light, fog light, I think. And then we'll just lock him onto the back there. There we go. And oh, just noticed, even at that point, oh, I see, I'm running those. Not intentionally, but I was just wondering why the pistons were going up and down at that point. And so I think this is the... yeah, this is part of the actual mechanism of holding. I can't think of the word. Part of the actual cradle for the oh, what's it called? The cement mixy bit. I can't remember the words there, and it's just I can't think. It would be container, hopper, something like that. I just, for some reason, the word is completely and utterly escaping me. So another one of those triangular bits. There we go. Another one there. Right. There we go. And then you just slide a thingy through that. So yeah. Hang on, what does it want me to do? I didn't quite pick that bit up. So it wants me to... Oh, one goes in there, right, okay, so... There we go. And then that pins the whole mechanism together. Give me a second to... That's a fiddly one, because you've got to get it just right. There we go. And then one on the other side. Oh, I've already done one, fair enough. And then just one more L bracket in that. Okay, and then we've got should be one more of those, and sorry, one of those. It's that moment of probably a little tired, needed to think that one through. There we go. Because it is what, 9:20 at night now. But again, I have seen some people say, "Oh, we're doing this at 4 o'clock in the morning." It's like, well, why? LGR seems to do that for some reason. I'm not quite sure what Clint's sleep cycle is like, but I have seen him say that before. But, anyway, so that's plug it in like that, in like that. We've got quite a bit to go by the looks of it, but it's amazing how many pieces you can end up being used all at once. So and that just pops on there apparently. Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's the chute. That's the chute. Part of the chute. And I think this is part. So this is part of the roller mechanism up here. I did see that on the plans earlier. So. And oh, panic upon panic. Have you heard there might be a toy shortage because of all the shipping problems? There's a thing on the radio trying to get go through things that your kids might actually want to do over Christmas. And oh, that's one nice idea, one nice idea they had, which was just you choose, for the whole day we do what you want within reason. We won't eat cake for every meal because you'll just get sick. I mean, I suppose you could do that. Just go like, well, because that's one thing that young adults tend to do. Like, oh, I'm just gonna, and then you learn the error of your ways. Well, you don't. You just keep drinking until you realise you've got a problem. That seems to be how several people at uni did it. There's one guy I knew where she basically go out to a local gay bar and pick up a girl every week and got so drunk she couldn't remember the girl's name when you woke up in the morning. It's like, well, I feel, darling, you may have just wasted that alcohol because if you can't remember the girl's name, you can't remember what you did, and you don't know why she's in your bed, but maybe I'm just old-fashioned. But she did this repeatedly. Really good student. This is what she did. And I don't know. Like I said, good student, lovely girl, just that's how she dealt with it. I think she's something in tech security now. But, probably sobered up a bit, but haven't we all? I mean, the scary thing with alcohol is how tolerant you can become to it. I mean, it was my, 24th, 25th birthday where I realised I basically just... I think I sort of worked out how much I drank, and I went, hang on a minute, I drank something like 9 double vodkas. And it was just like, oh, why? Why aren't I dead? Why was I fine in the morning? I mean, admittedly now, my response would be, oh God, what are you doing? But then again, I am 34, so that's the way things are. Yeah. If you have that tolerance up to your mid-20s, you're probably fine. If you have it afterwards, then you probably need to seek professional help. But, right. I probably said this fact before, but Lego is apparently, though I get the feeling that this might be one of these did you know moments, which isn't actually true. But Lego is the, I've been told, largest tyre manufacturer in the world by number of tyres. But I'm not sure on that. Right. You do excuse me, I'm going to retrieve that bit that went missing because we've got to the point when I need it. There we go. Well, the bits piles are going down slowly, but no, I'll be quite proud of this model in the end. I just have no idea where I'm going to put it. So, okay, so that pops in. Pull those a little bit. Come on. Is it the right way around? Yep, so that pops into there and right, so that's going to be part of the roller mechanism that keeps the whole thing turning. Move that back down a little bit. Right. Here we go. And he locks in there. Is that correct? I think so. So that locks in there. Let me just make sure of that. Sorry, skipping a little bit ahead. Yeah, that is correct. And then just put the other one in on the other side. So. Oh no, I was wrong. That's only on one side. So I'm assuming we'll do the other one later. And then this is, yeah, the end of the scoop mechanism. And then you can see the other bit on there. Okay, that's fine. that, and then that. Right. Then that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is coming together nicely. And it wants another sticker which says "Stay Clear" on it, which I suppose that will make perfect sense. Make sure I don't put it on upside down. I mean, advice for life: don't get yourself in front of the arse end of don't get yourself stuck at the arse end of a cement mixer when it's pouring, because I don't think cement's particularly good for you. God, that was a British understatement, wasn't it? I mean, I think even if you didn't set on you, it's probably going to. I suspect it gets. I think it gets quite hot. I think it's an endothermic reaction, exothermic reaction. So you probably. I don't know. Now there's a question. Can concrete burn you? I'm going to go with yes and don't, but I don't know yet. We'll find out. There's a bit of a particular need to find out. Here we go. And then, so that is. Okay, so that's again part of the cradling mechanism. This bit I don't know. I'm going to have to work it out when I come to it. But God, that's very on me. Am I running out of things to say? I may actually be running out. But then again, like I said, it's been a long 2 weeks. Well, it's not been that long. Actually, no, it has been lovely. It's been great. And if I could have this level of just sort of not lazing around, like, I think if I'd have taken this time off on my own, I would have gone mad, because time off directly on my own, it tends to be sleeping and stressing time, because the sleeping becomes stressing, which is really hard to explain to other people. But yeah, no, it's been great. We've had a slow-paced holiday, very much so. Vacation if you're in the US watching this. At which point, hi, how the hell did you find my channel? Did I send it to you? I don't know. Okay, flappy bits. I don't know yet. I don't know why that's there. But, oh, fine. It's not a flappy bit. It's a dual stabilizer-y doodad. All right, fine. yeah, so this is going to be part of the mechanism to hold this thing together, which yes, well, we'll see how that comes out. And then you may have lost a piece. I hope not. You can probably work around it, but it's supposed to be two of those. And problem. Well, that's annoying. We need one more of those and we don't have it. And here's me without my inexhaustible supply of Lego parts. What am I going to do? I'm just trying to think whether or not I can work around it. It's definitely not here, or at least I can't see it. Doesn't appear to have gone into the part 3 box. We're just going to have to do without, I think. That's a shame. It's a real shame. I'm gonna put it together and find it, and good thing I looked a little bit more stuck in the book. Never mind, these things happen. But, yeah, ourselves a little bit of a fright there. I did have, I think there was one, yeah, I remember with the Land Rover there was one piece missing, which was infuriating. Though once I started stripping down all my Lego stuff, it wasn't anything particularly important. I think it was it was like a strut holding the roof together. It was a strut holding a section of roof, and it was just like, well, that's annoying. There's just not going to be one there, and it'll just be a bit flappy, but never mind. These things, as I said, do happen, and here we go. Right. So I think it's going to want, yeah, so it's going to make me, it's going to ask me, basically it's finish off one side and then we're nearly done. It's basically, we're just about to put the wheels on, isn't it? Which will be exciting. There we go. And there we go. And so that locks in either side of that. Okay, so yeah, there you go. So you can see how the spigot mechanism ties in. And oh, we had it on that side. Oh, that will, looks like it'll very neatly tie together there. So we're not that far off completion for tonight. It will mean that we at least will have the basics of the truck. I mean, you could put wheels on it and it'll be ready to go, but let's see. Come on. Come on, you bastard. There we go. Right, there we go. So that's now in, and another structural support needs to go in. There we go. And then just stick the wheels on. Okay. Well, you may as well. Got our spares, but they do seem to sort of build up. I can see why these things would be spares because they can just go very quickly, but let's just get these together, and then we'll call it a day. I vaguely remember seeing a thing where, you know, there's like a flourish thing that car mechanics can do where they use a flame to get the wheels to sit in. I'm not quite sure how that works. I think it's something to do with okay, I'm going to be pedantic. Well, those are actually the same, so I'm just going to be. But I will make sure to put them on the right way round, because that would be a shame if we reach the point where we've done that and it's all the wrong way round. Come on. God, a lot of wheels. I suppose it's a heavy truck. You gotta splay it out a little bit. There we go. Nearly. Nearly done. There we go. And now we'll just pop those on. It's not asked me to put any nuts on yet, but I suppose that may be that there's a hubcap unit. That quite a few of them seem to have specific hubcap units. So we'll wait and see what the model, what the instructions say I need to do coming up. But there we go. Right. So there's the basics of your truck. And it's coming together pretty well. I mean, basically you just have to put carriage on it and you're done. But no, that was great. So that's the end of book 1, part 2, and that's all we're going to be doing today. So if you're seeing this on night of upload, or probably tomorrow morning, considering how our internet is around here, probably be a couple of days before you see another one, but I would like to try and get this done by the end of the weekend, and then we'll go on to part 2. But yeah, now I'm happy it's essentially sturdy enough to, lack of a better word, transport. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe. I will be trying to do as more Lego as we go through. I'm well aware that this doesn't have the largest audience, but it is fun to be able to do stuff which I know a couple of people will be watching, so, you know, hi James, I can tell you're probably going to watch at some point. But yeah, see all you guys later. Anyway, have fun.